Hey everyone, welcome to your Take a Peek at 2022 reading. We want to take a peek because do we really want all the surprises ruined? Because how fun would that be? I know, sometimes we wish maybe I would like to know everything that's going to happen, but I think we've tried that before and it was very boring. So we'll leave the exciting journey, going forward. And besides, we'll get messages and hints all along the way. So if you don't want to miss out on any of those videos that I put out throughout the weeks and the months of all next year, and you want to get notified immediately, if you haven't done so already, if you click the subscribe button down below, that'll just make a little notification bell pop up, and then you can select to be notified immediately, and that way you won't miss out on a thing, because 2022 is going to be an amazing year. The physical world is going to continue to disappoint us until we discover more and more of the powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being we really are. And we'll find that when we're looking on the inside, right? And I just announced on New Year's Eve last night, this video is coming out on January 1st, but I did a little video announcing that I'm going to be having a weekly video for all of 22 called You ×2, and that are going to be basically messages about how we can do that, how we can discover that there are two of us inside of us, our human side, but then also, this character of the human, but we're more than that. We are this powerful supernatural being. And so all of those messages are going to be about just how we understand that, who we are, etc. So if you want to look into that, you can check out the video that I put out last night. I go into a little more detail, but stay tuned because it's coming and I'm super excited about it. But for this reading, let's go ahead and jump in and take a peek at your 2022. And you're going to have three choices. You have the star, the sparkler, or the fire rocket. And of course, you can choose as many of those as you want, whatever you're drawn to. I'll have timestamps in the description box below for all of them, but I'm going to jump into number one first. So if you want any of the others, just click on that timestamp and it'll jump you forward to that video. But I'm going to start with reading number one, the blue star, right now. All right, all my Libras, if you chose reading number one, which is the star, then this is the reading for you. And we're going to start off your sneak peek by taking a look at these Enchanted Map Oracle. Just see what the creator wants you to know right now for 2022. All right, so for our Libra stars, what would you like them to know, please? Okay. Anything else? Nope. Okay, this is the one right here. You got Follow the Leader, card number 40. We'll put that right there, and let's just take a look and see what this message is for you. It says, every life is a teaching tool for others. Your authenticity and honesty are an example to those around you. You're being called to lead others by example. Your wisdom has been earned as a result of your bravery in the adventure of your life. The experiences of battles won and lost, places discovered, tears shed, and joy revealed have placed you in a unique position to be of service to others. Your suffering has been crystallized into a talisman of wisdom. Now you can share it. By being fully authentic, you'll lead others into the light. You'll be required to divulge some things about your past so that you may help someone else. Lead with love. There's another message here as well. Look to those whose great character and accomplishments you admire. Emulate the leaders you respect. You will then, in turn, have more to offer. So that is great. I mean, really, this next 2022, it is saying that all your suffering was for naught. That you get to share with who you want. Again, there's no pressure ever of, that you have to do anything you don't want to do. But you're going to have this opportunities, and don't hold back. This 2022 is really this year that you are realizing the wisdom that you have, the experiences that you have that will actually help others. And there's an opportunity for you to do so. We're going to pull more cards, of course, with this True Heart Intuitive Tarot. Let's see what else, how are you going to share this, what they want you to know about, what you will be sharing, what experiences you've had, and anything else, of course. So our Virgo stars, what would you like them to know? What else about 2022? Okay. You got this one here, and that one there. Then you want to that one there. They're being very particular, which always, the readings are always very particular. I should not be surprised. All right. Yep, the Lovers. So yeah, definitely this is about emotional choices. And all the emotional choices that you've made in your life have brought this new awareness to you throughout the last 1 year, 2 year, 3 years. It's a general reading, of course, so it varies by each one of you. But it's like, it hasn't been just like recent. It's like you've had all these journeys and all these repeating classrooms where really you kind of feel like you've graduated and that you aren't as torn in between things as you used to be. There's this other thing here too with the Lover's card, though, that is about this newfound passion in your life, which really refers back to this service to others. You have this way that you are going to be able to help others that has been on your heart, and this is the year that you want to start making plans to bring that into fruition. You are this bright shining star that is helping so many others learn to fly. I mean, you have these individuals that are down here, but here you're allowing them to have their wings in a way where they get to fly above the situations that they have been in before. And that brings you such joy when you realize that the freedom that you've been able to achieve in your journey, that you're able to pass that on to help other people feel that as well. And it could be in a variety of ways. I'm not seeing like, it's not just, oh, you're going to be a teacher, or you're going to write a book, or you're going to have a blog, or you're going to have, don't limit yourself. It could be through art. It could be through making food, serving coffees. There's a variety of ways. I mean, don't let the supposed tos and shoulds and need tos limit how you do that, because this passion of yours needs to be expressed. And this is the year where your fears of expressing yourself and being vulnerable are outweighed by this kind of ugly feeling of not expressing yourself and being you. Okay. And then you have the Hanged Man. So definitely seeing things from a different perspective. I mean, I always love these because you can keep turning them and they look different and give you a different story, right? But this bright little sun around your head is this glowingness that you have. Now that you see things in your own life from a different perspective, you allow others to also see things from a different perspective. And it doesn't necessarily need to be your perspective. Just clarifying that you get to share your perspectives, and that will trigger and spawn things. And you don't necessarily, like, what you are going to be giving isn't the end all be all for everyone's life. And that's a big, wonderful, freeing feeling, that when you realize that, very rarely is one person like a guru for, a person for their entire lives. That those kind of situations aren't as common as they used to be in our lives, because we're inundated with so much information from so many places. But you give them a piece and then they move on to something else. But you are always giving that piece that's you to individuals, and they might take a bite, they might take the whole thing and run with it, but take the pressure off of that. You are the end all be all for someone's journey. You are a part of that, and sharing that piece of you without all those expectations of what it's supposed to mean to someone is very freeing. Okay. Yeah, and the Hermit. You've got 3 major arcana already, which this means this is huge for you in your life. This is like not a temporary kind of little change. This is like life altering and life impacting. And this is all about making sure you're taking time to connect to you, to connect to your wisdom. And you have the Moon up here too, which is all about making sure you're taking time for you, taking time to nurture you for your own growth, for your inner growth as well. It doesn't stop here. The stuff that you've learned up to this point, yes, definitely have a lot to share, but that doesn't mean that you're done learning and growing either. And the more you learn and the more you grow, the more you have to share as well. So look at yourself as a sage, as a student of life that is sharing your experiences, kind of like a teacher's aide in a way too, where you help people in classes that you've already been through, and you're like, hey, let me show you a neat way to look at that, and that might help you remember it. Or here, if you're having trouble solving that math problem, you know, I know a lot of people, math, but, you know, it's like if you have been through a math class and you understand it and you went through the struggles and you know a shortcut or a way that is easier to understand than the textbook had, you share that and they're like, oh my God, why don't they have that in the textbook? And you're like, I don't know, but here you go. And then you have the 4 of Discs, which is the 4 of Pentacles and others. And here's that beautiful transformational butterfly in the background. Pentacles is like the discs are the outside world. And think of the 4s as like 4 solid legs in a table. It's a very strong foundation. And this is really talking about, 1, how you feel about the abundance in your life, how you feel about your security. And this is a strong foundation, so you have enough to live. You don't have to worry. In fact, you might even have a little extra to give to others as well. You have enough and you feel abundance, and you want to share that with others. The other thing is it has to do with your worth too, about how you are perceiving yourself, like your worth to the outside world. And especially throughout this year, as you're starting to share these things, you're starting to see that you can make an impact and help others along their path, just like you've been impacted by other things in your life that have helped you, and that you are worthy to be able to do that. And that really is coming in here, you know, this 4 plus 0 is 4. So I kind of feel like this father leader is like, I'm not qualified to help people or lead people by example. Oh my God, I don't want them to lead, you know, follow me. And it's like this journey of next year helps you transform how you look at yourself and how you perceive yourself. Because I love it. Little butterfly eyes in the wings, how you see yourself. And then you've got the 8 of Cups. So cups are your emotions, and 8 of Cups is all about leaving behind the emotions that are no longer serving you, and that has to do with this worth, definitely. So you're ready to move into higher places and move into new directions. And though those, like we talked about here, those emotions and those experiences happened on purpose for a purpose, and they did serve you because they helped you understand and helped you glean this knowledge and see things from this higher perspective and this different perspective. You are ready to move those along, where it's no longer energy that you're investing into those emotions, but it's still wisdom that you have off to the side. It's just not in your energy flow anymore, where you're maintaining feeling those emotions. Because again, this beautiful journey that you've been on and this knowledge that you've gleaned by the emotional experiences that you've gone through, you know, the emotional choices that you've made, you're like, okay, I see the sides of those now, and I'm glad I went through that, because I learned so much about myself and the world and just how things work in the emotional realm. So I love that. And then you have the 2 of Wands. Wands are your drive, your ambition, your aha inspiration, also your spiritual energy. So there's 2 messages that come with this for you. The first one is that this is like the Ace of Wands that comes before this, is you have this new inspiration, like this new passion that's igniting in your life, and you are making plans on how you're going to apply that and give it out into the world, how you can bring that service to the world. So you're making the plans and taking some steps to do that next year, which is great. With the 2, and with this being the spiritual energy as well, this is all about you understanding and connecting, like in 2022, like I mentioned in the intro, about you connecting to your higher spiritual self, understanding more about you and the passion that you truly have. Sometimes in life, actually probably all the time in life, for all our human experiences, we're given these dreams that are passed on from other people saying, this is your dream. And we're like, we don't know any better as children. We're like, okay, thank you. This is my should, my supposed to, my need to, my have to. But as you connect to this higher perspective and this journey that you've been on, especially this internal journey, you're understanding more about what your passion is, what you truly want to do, how you uniquely want to share this unconditional love and this wisdom with the world. So this is very much, you're identifying what you truly want to do in 2022, and that you will make a change of plans sometimes, right? As you see yourself in a different light, you might have had this limited thing of like, well, this is what I can do. I'm just going to do this little job where I'm not seen, and I'm going to give, just every day I'll smile at people, which don't downplay that. That is wonderful. But for you, this is different now. It's like, bam, you need to be the sun, not a little candle that's hid, somewhere in a cellar in a castle somewhere. You need to be the sun, shining that beautiful bright light for who you are and what you know and what we want to share. I'm also going to pull at least one card here from the Art of Manifestation Oracle to see what else the Creator wants you to know about your little sneak peek into 2022. Okay, what else? What else for our beautiful... Okay, that one right here. What else for our Libra stars, please? What else for our Libra stars? Whoa, okay. They do want all of those, so we will take those. And the first one is, it's been worth the wait. And that says, is something or someone not moving forwards as fast as you would like? This card is here to reassure you. Hold fast, be patient. The best things in life are worth waiting for. So I really like that, because this is telling you that as you share your messages, as you share this wisdom and this love, however way you're going to share it, you may not see the fruit of planting those seeds and doing those things right away, because life works a little differently than we want it to. Life changes from the inside out. What a world this would be if we changed from the outside in. But we change from the inside out. And so like you changed with this inner journey that you've been on for forever, it seems like, right? But you get to plant the seeds, you get to be the love, you get to be the sun, and whatever is happening, and you don't have to worry about it. Don't think that what you're doing is not bringing any results, because eventually you will see the fruit of the tree, like this Hanged Man card here. But it's going to take time, because it takes time for a seed to grow and to break the surface, right? So just be patient and know that it is happening. And then you have unhappiness. And this one says, unhappiness is frequently the result of an inability to live in alignment with the calling of your soul. When this happens, our uneasy and challenging emotions are an indicator that we need to listen to ourselves. This card asks you to have faith and to trust. Get still and meditate, like this hermit. Listen to the voice of your heart and open yourself to receive guidance. And I like that, because not only does it reiterate this, making sure you're taking time for you and listening to your soul and digging in there, but it's also this Two of Wands here, which is finding your calling, like it mentioned here, the inability to live in alignment with your calling of your soul. So if you're waking up in the morning and you're like, I woke up another day, darn it, and you feel like you're just existing and you're not living, you're not in alignment with the calling of your soul. You are, like I was talking about, living the dream that was handed to you, but you're going to find your dream, and that's where this passion ignites during 2022. Yep, and collaborate. Sometimes we're called to develop our self-sufficiency, and this can be a valuable road to travel in the discovery of our own unique and individual gifts. So that's definitely a big part of this. But that's not the same as trying to do everything yourself all of the time. It's not a time to go it alone. It's time to unite and work with others. So like I talked about with the little candle being hidden, it's not time for you to try to do it all yourself, but it's time for you to be the sun. It's time for you to join with other stars, other suns too. So don't feel like you can't collaborate others, because it really comes back to this worth thing too. Well, I don't have anything worthy to collaborate with others. It's like, no, this is going to change in 2022, because you're really going to see what you truly have to offer. And there are other people that feel that way too. So sometimes it takes a few individuals who feel like they don't have anything to offer, and when you get together and you start talking about what you have to offer, you realize all of you together have something beautiful to offer individually, and even more so together. So again, that may not be for every single one of you, but I really feel it's for a majority of you that you do have this opportunities in 2022 to collaborate with others and do some amazing things. So don't limit yourself. All right. And just know, again, this is just a small peek of your 2022. It's definitely not all encompassing of your experiences, just a little peek through the keyhole to see what the Creator would like you to know and get you ready for 2022. So I'm excited for this. If you do want to be kept in the loop on any of these new readings that are coming out in 2022, I do like monthly readings for each zodiac sign, weekly energy updates by each of the elements, like fire signs, water signs, new moon, full moon readings. So there's a lot of information that is available as we're going throughout this journey into 2022. And if you don't want to miss out on any of those, like I mentioned in the intro, just click the subscribe button and then the notification bell, and you can set your notification to be notified when all of those videos come out. And if you want to help share these messages of love and get the messages out there more so, if you want to give this video a little thumbs up and click that like button, that just helps the YouTube algorithm share these videos with more people and make it like a recommended video and things like that. Never any pressure to do so, but if you feel so inclined, I would greatly appreciate it. All right, all my Libras, just know that as you are going throughout your beautiful journey, that every second of every day you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things. And of course, I love you too. Have an amazing 2022, and I'm sure I'll be talking to you very soon. But until then, you take care. All right, all my Libras, if you chose reading number 2, which is the Sparkler, then this is the reading for you. And we're going to start off by pulling a card here from the Enchanted Map Oracle to take a look at what sneak peek the Creator would like you to know about 2022 right now. Sorry, having trouble doing two things at once. All right, so Creator for our Libra Sparklers. There we go. Anything else? Yep, that one there too. Okay. So for 2022, you got the One Ring Circus. Awesome. That's card number 15. Beautiful card. And then also, you got the Deep Freeze. Card number 26. So you kind of have two spectrums here, and they kind of want me to put these on opposite sides for this reading, so we will obey. And we'll start off here, card number 15. And so the One Ring Circus says you are capable and competent. Independence is key now as you step into your journey today. Others may not have the vision or the resources that you need. So recognize that all the wisdom you've acquired along the way makes you particularly competent, capable of moving forward with assurance. And self-reliance is important. Another aspect to consider is creating and maintaining clear boundaries between you and another. Be discerning about your partnerships at this time. When you know who you are and have a healthy sense of where you end and others begin, you're able to enter into the best kind of relationships and will attract people who mirror back your wholeness. Interdependent relationships are always mutually supportive, stimulating, and transformative. You can achieve anything at this time. So definitely, there's this message of you don't need to have partnerships, whether that's business or romantic or, whatever it might be. You can stand independently, and it's important in 2022 that you get to learn that you don't need anyone to make you feel whole and complete. You can do everything on your own from another human. You always have, of course, the creator, the universe, your whole group of beings of unconditional love and light on the other side that are your support team. So you're never, ever, ever alone. But this is about you being independent from humans regarding business, regarding relationship, whatever. It all starts with you are one, you are whole and complete. You're not a half of a person and you need another half of a person to be able to do something. You can do it all. Everything else would just be like those clear boundaries like it was talking about, that you can stand on your own and everyone else is just extra above and beyond. And it creates like this strength within you, this, like I said, this independence where you're like, I can take it or leave it. You're just extra. I am not fearful anymore that whether someone's in or outside of your life, because you really don't need it. You realize that you don't need it. So it's not like it changes from I need you to I want you, right? And then let's look at the deep freeze here. Yeah, everything has its season. Now is the time to put activity on hold while you rest. The cold winter beckons you to slow down and put a freeze on things that are not ready to bloom. It's time for regeneration and hibernation. Forgo ambitious activity. A pregnant pause allows ideas to gestate, projects to shift and change, and relationships to go through a dreamy state of being, not going anywhere, not needing to. So a lot like we were talking about. This is also a time to put all your arguments on ice. Nothing beneficial will come from any of them. Self-care is the most important activity now. So reflect, read a good book, or get a massage. Rest and dream. So these very well work together here because, this is about put a freeze on your activity with other people. Reflect, see them for what they are. So 2022 is very much the self-care, this one-ring circus. Doesn't mean that you won't have a two-ring circus later, but it's like 2022, take a break. And that can mean a variety of different things, of course. We'll dig more in here as we pull cards here from this True Heart Intuitive Tarot. But it's definitely about self-nurture, focusing on you, becoming independent, not codependent. Unless you want to experience that, right? All right. And then what else for our Virgo sparklers? Not our Virgo, I'm sorry, Libra sparklers, please. Libra sparklers. Okay, here we go. So we've got boom, boom, boom. With those there, that one here, and these three. Oh, you got 4 up here. Okay. So you have plenty here, and Okay, yeah, they still want me to leave it like this, so we are going to leave it like that. I thought, well, shouldn't it be 4 and 4? And they're like, if we went it that way, we would have told you. So let me just get these kind of balanced out. Okay, so we'll start here, and you've got the 6 of Swords. Swords are your thoughts, your beliefs, your mentalities, your attitudes, your expectations. And this is beautiful because this is all about movement of thoughts and beliefs. You have your old ways of thinking and you're moving into new ways of thinking, and it's taking you to a different level. So you're definitely going through this movement, and that can be, it's really about thoughts and beliefs and movement there, but when your thoughts are changing, that can now also change your outside world, which can mean movement in relationships, jobs and education, or in your physical environment too. So it might be in 2022, with your change in your ways of thinking about things, this independence might have you moving away out of a relationship or to a new level of a relationship, moving to a new different position in a job, or out of a job into a different one. Education, changing like your course of study, or moving the school that you're going to, or the place that you're learning and training with. Like I mentioned, also physical location as well. So it is good because this is all about, 5 and 1 is 6. And so this is really this new way of thinking about your independence. And it's huge, I know. You get the 7 of Cups. Cups are emotions. And the 7, this is usually confusion about what emotion you want to choose. But I really love this with this story that's unfolding here for you, because this means that you are learning that you are the one who chooses the story you apply to any situation. You're the one who chooses the emotions that you feel in any situation. And this is you standing back going, okay, I see. Let me see now. Now with the situation that I'm in now, how do I want to feel about that? And I don't have to feel a certain way. And I know sometimes we can feel like, I'm not making a choice. This happens and that's how I feel. This happens and this is what it means. It's always been that way. And it's like, yeah, but that's because that's become a habit. It's your reaction. And it's based on a conditioning that you had when you were growing up. You were told this popular opinion on when this happens, this is how you feel. When this happens, this is what it means. And it was reinforced over and over and over from a variety of sources, to where eventually that became your habit to think that way and feel that way. And then it became your reaction. So when something happens, it's fast. But if you take a deep breath and slow down, you realize, wait a minute, I can choose to put a different story to that situation. I can choose a different emotion around that situation. So you're really, with this change of thought and how you're looking at things, it's changing your power of your choice. It's really becoming very in your face during this 2022, that you're like, you know what? I'm not going to feel that way. This is the way I'm going to look at it, and I'm not going to let it bother me anymore. Yeah, and you have the Queen of Wands. This is perfect for your journey here too, because Wands is your, of course, fire energy there. It's about your spark. Because for you sparklers, your spark and your drive and your ambition, your aha inspiration, it's also your spiritual energy. But she is bringing in this beautiful, beautiful confidence in yourself in 2022. She's fire energy, but all the queens also bring in the water energy. And she doesn't feel like she's taking a risk, because during this 2022, as you are really connecting to your higher spiritual self, which is what 2022 is all about, you are raising your vibration, you're raising your energy level to that of spirit, where you are focusing more on unconditional love, more on joy and laughter and peace. And because you're able to hear those messages from spirit. And when you ask, like, you want to take what other people might consider a risk, when you're like, well, should I do that? And you ask the creator for messages and confirmations, and you get them, and you don't even feel like you're taking a risk. Normally, she has like a black cat, which represents your connection to the spiritual world, and that you are not risking. You're listening and seeing all that advice, and you're able to do things. It also brings you this ability to really laser focus your energy in 2022 where you get stuff done. And this is the catalyst for your entire reading here. Yeah. 10 of Cups. This is like emotional fulfillment. Your cup is overflowing in so many different ways, both internally, and you're feeling so full and complete, and this brightness that it's overflowing out of you into the world. And so you, at this point in your life, because of this independence, and you're feeling this wholeness and completeness from the inside out, you just feel like you have all your dreams because you feel like anything is possible, and that is perfect. Yeah, this is where what you're letting go of, and this is what's been holding you back in the past, but what is falling away. 9 of Swords. This is called the Insomnia card or the Nightmare card. These are all those expectations from the past, all those should be's, those need to be's, those have to be's. And what's great about it, this card, is that the next card is the 10 of Swords, which usually shows someone like face down, lying on a beach with all the swords stuck in their back, because all those expectations stabbed you in the back. They were supposed to fulfill you and they didn't. And all this stress, all this is bringing you to almost exhaustion. The 10 is exhaustion, where it's the endings and new beginnings, where you're realizing you're letting those old thoughts and those old beliefs go because they're no longer serving you. And these would be the thoughts we talked about a little too, about that you need someone to be complete. You're half of a person and you need to find your other half. But you're 1 + 1 = 2. You're not a half and a half equals 1. So you don't need someone, but if you want someone, like I mentioned here, keep your boundaries up and realize that you don't need someone to make you whole and complete or to make you live your dreams. But if you want to, you can. But it's because you're whole and complete on the inside, and you draw in someone that's whole and complete, like I mentioned here on that as well. And when you come together, it's just this overflowing thing instead of half and a half, and you're just meeting, back to one level. You are bringing something very beautiful into the partnership or relationship, and so is someone else, and it's kabam, instead of 1 + 1 = 2, or half and a half = 1. Okay, we're fitting now. No, it's much more magnified than that. Yep, and you have the 9 of Swords, you have the 9 of Discs, 9 of Pentacles, and the 9s are very much about independence. The 9 in the Major Arcana is the Hermit, and they find their wisdom, they find their brightness, they find everything from within. So that's what this 9 of Swords is about. That's what this 9 of Pentacles is about. You're finding your own thought and your own belief. You're finding your own abundance from within. And she has a little butterfly right there on her little hand here. And that represents spirit. Again, like I mentioned before, you're never alone. Spirit is with you. You are finding this wholeness and this completeness from within, not from this need from things from the outside world. And then you have the Fool card, which is beautiful. This is new beginnings. This is like your soul jumping off into a whole new experience in your life. And again, this makes sense with everything we talked about, whereas before you felt very attached to needing other people, and now you don't need them, you want them. And so this is this beautiful new beginning that's happening in your life as you're making this leap into this beautiful new journey. And then you have Temperance. This is perfect because this is all about 2022 as well. This is the Ace of Cups up here. This is your spirit, and this is your human side. And you're finding this wholeness and this completeness from within because you're having this beautiful opening in your life, because you're realizing that all that stuff that you were looking for outside of yourself, you were this, the human side of this cup has felt empty for so long because the external things have not fulfilled you, have not made you whole and complete. But this Ace of Cups, this chalice of your spirit, that's full of the living waters. It's full of your essence. which is the unconditional love of the Creator. It's what we're truly hungering for and thirsting for. And so it's pouring down like an alchemist. It's pouring it down, and you are opening up, allowing this space to bring in this beautiful energy, to bring in this beautiful confidence, bringing in this stable, eternal love instead of this unstable from the outside. And she has 1 foot on land, 1 foot on water. The land represents your external world and your mind, and the water represents your emotions and your spirit. So this beautiful new love, this new passion that's flowing into your life is flowing into every area of your life. So beautiful, beautiful. Kind of want to put these together here. Almost like a giant eye, right? It's all about you. And then I'm going to pull at least one more card from this Art of Manifestation Oracle, or whatever might else pop up here. All right, Creator, what else? What else would you like our Libra sparklers to know? Okay, we want this one, and that one. So the first one here is leadership, card number 30. And there's that butterfly on your world. And it says, we all lead by example, our words and actions presenting a role model to everyone that we come into contact with. This card asks you to take an ownership of your personal leadership qualities and to align your thoughts, your words, and your actions with everything that you wish to see in the world. So definitely, this is this spark that's coming in to live the life that you want to live. And we see the world as we are, not as it is. So as you're changing on the inside too, you start seeing the world in a whole different way, from a higher perspective, right? Yep, and have your voice in 2022. Beautiful card here too. And that says, is there something that you need to say? An inability to speak out can leave us with feelings of hurt and resentment, which then create a kind of internal energy roadblock. Voice your feelings to yourself or write them down. It's time to release the past. This comes into these beliefs that you've had about yourself in the past, and you're ready to let them go as you go into 2022. Not this need that you need someone else in the physical world, but that you are connecting to this higher spiritual side of yourself. And you are the one you've been looking for all along. And then you have, again, release the past. So definitely some movement of releasing old things here. And you got the 45, which 4 plus 5 is 9. So it's really about releasing these old thoughts and these beliefs. And it says releasing the past does not mean that we forget, nor does it mean that if something bad happens that this was okay. It means that we make a personal choice to no longer allow our history to dictate and shape our life, both now, in our present time, and in our future. So yeah, definitely this is releasing the old ways that you used to approach life, and you're going to be seeing things from this whole new empowered perspective, knowing that you get to choose how you feel about any situation and what story you apply to any situation going forward. And so that deep freeze is going to be for, like this year. It's like, put this on hold because this is going to be so empowering for you that if you do bring in a second ring for the circus, that you will be, it's going to be so different for you. You're not going to be so ebb and flow and up and down in a relationship or a partnership, because you aren't using it to define who you are. You're not using it to define the core of your being, because you know who you are, and that person will know who they are. And that is very different from before, right? So I love this new journey that you're going to be going on. And again, this is just a small piece of your 2022, just a little peek through the keyhole. So if you want to also be included on any additional videos that come out, I do like monthly videos by zodiac sign. I do weekly energy updates by each of the elements like fire signs, water signs, etc., new moon, full moon readings, and a variety of others throughout the month. So if you don't want to miss out on any of those, like I mentioned in the intro, just click the subscribe button and then the notification bell, and you can set your setting there to be notified that. Also, if you want to help share these messages of love from above, if you want to give this video just a little thumbs up and click the like button, that just helps the YouTube algorithm share these messages with other people, like it'll make it a suggested or recommended video and things like that. So never any pressure, but if you want to do that, I greatly appreciate it. All right, my Libras, just know as you go throughout this beautiful new journey that every second of every day of your life, you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things. And of course, I love you too. Have an amazing 2022, but I'm sure I'll be talking to you very soon. Until then, you take care. All right, all my Libras, if you chose reading number 3, which is the fire rocket, then this is the reading for you. And we're going to start off your sneak peek by pulling a card here from the Enchanted Map Oracle and just see what the Creator wants you to know about your 2022 right now. All right, so for our Libra fire rockets, what would you like them to know, please? Okay, any others? Oh, yep. Okay. And that one too, so you get 3. So your first one is intentions, and that's card number 22. So how fitting for 2022. And then you also got the Golden Palace, which is card number 23, right after that. And then you also have card number 39, Protecting Treasure. So we're going to put that one up here, and let's just see what messages come for these for you. So start with number 22. This is deliberate, clear intentions have the power to change your world. Your objectives will be fulfilled in 2022. Inspired intentions are like magic arrows shot into the sky. And the universe is bringing you a gift, showing you that you are hitting your mark. Recognize that you're not the one who has to do all the work, however. Others help you co-create reality. You connect to the power of your intention, sending it out into the field, then allow for synchronicity to work its magic. And perhaps it's the good intentions of others that will inspire you to send out beautiful ones of your own. Own the life you want to lead and live deliberately with clarity and detachment. So yeah, definitely sending out this beautiful, beautiful intentions, like the little owl has in here where he blows on that little dandelion there, and all those seeds, all those wishes go out into the field, and then you don't have to worry about the how and the when. You just know the what, and you continue to pour your energy into the intention of what you want to create, listening, and of course taking the actions that you're inspired to do. And the Golden Palace says there is always enough. And the Golden Palace card represents good fortune, ambitions fulfilled, wealth, and prosperity. It may also indicate emotional fulfillment, as perhaps you're entering a time of happiness that's long overdue. The message here is that self-worth isn't measured by what you have, no matter how abundant your life is. Instead, it comes from what you are, how authentically you're living in your life, and how much love you're willing to share. Granted, receiving this card does indicate material gain and a furthering of tangible rewards. But things come and go, and knowing your true value leads you to even greater riches now. Share the wealth. So that's great. Definitely This is all about your intentions coming true in 2022. This is reiterating the same thing, but also zeroing in about living your life authentically and understanding what true wealth really means. And then you have your protected treasures. So the treasures that you glean says you are always protected and divinely guided and divinely directed. Although this is a time of great risk in 2022, know that at a fundamental level, you're able to move forward safely and securely. The proverbial nest egg is safe and sound no matter the fluctuations in the world. Guardian angels and other guides are whispering to you, making you aware of their protective presence. Your loyalty is an important theme now. Nurture that which you hold dear. This is a good time to strengthen bonds of friendship and ensure their integrity. If you feel tested in 2022, know that a true and loyal heart always achieves its aim. Take refuge under an angel's wing. You're not alone and have no need to fear. Embrace your courage. So, yeah, definitely very intertwined here about that you are protected, you are guided, you're not alone, but really focusing in on your integrity and understanding what true wealth means in your heart, and not defining yourself by those external things, but by what is in your heart. And we're actually going to pull cards here from the True Heart Intuitive Tarot. Just what else the Creator wants you to know about 2022. It's a beautiful journey that you're going to have here. Definitely, there's always enough. You're protected. You're not alone. You have beautiful dreams coming true in so many ways. So 2022 sounds like a beautiful year. All right, what else for our Libra fire rockets, please? That one here. And they want that one. Okay, and they want that one. And these two here. And that one right here. Okay. Start with this one, and you've got the Ace of Wands. Yeah, look at Phoenix rising from the flames. Definitely fire energy. The wands are like your drive, your ambition, your aha, your inspiration. And so this is like definitely new fiery inspiration for your 2022. This would be like the energy behind your intentions. You have this new spark that happens within you towards something, and you just feel unbridled. You feel like so much flooding in toward that you just, it's like this boundless energy that just continues to spark you each and every day. That'd be like living your dream, right? When you wake up in the morning and you're like, instead of that you're waking up and just existing, you're waking up with this fire under your belly to, do things towards your dream, taking a step every day towards this dream that you have. Wow. And then you have Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords is about new ideas, new communications. It's also brings you capital T truths where you see things from just a whole new perspective. It also empowers you to cut away those small t truths, those old thoughts, those old beliefs of looking at things. And so this does represent a huge change in your attitudes about life, about how you approach life. And that makes total sense. So something is definitely sparking and new for 2022 for you, because there's like this whole change of your mindset, which sparks this whole intention. And I kind of feel like they happen at the same time. It's like, because of your change in attitude, you have this new spark, but you also have this new spark happening that changes your attitude. It's weird, but it's kind of like a catch-22. It's just like it's happening all at the same time, whereas before it was like, well, I can't do that until I have this, or I can't do that until I have this. It's like I have both happening at the same time. So I love that. It's like kind of a positive catch-22. Yeah, and you have the Star card, which is the Hope card. This is you up here. This is the higher you in 2022 that I was talking about in the introduction. You are being able to connect to the living waters here. This is like the Aquarian card, which brings two gifts to the world, the Aquarian energy. One is that because it carries the living waters, and as the water bearer, it shows us what we are truly thirsty for. And in showing us what we're truly thirsty for, we're able to leave behind what we are not thirsty for anymore. It's like someone handing you something and you drink it and you're like, oh, this is gross. It's okay to leave that behind when you have something in your hand that you're like, oh, this is very yummy. You're able to leave that other stuff behind that no longer serves you. The other thing that Aquarian energy brings is letting go of old ways, that the old ways no longer serve and are not able to help us and assist us. And so new ways of doing things that are outside the box, this new exciting ways, the unique, strange ways even that comes from that. And so this is definitely all very well combined together here, because this is a new hope, a new spark, a new bright shining, star in your life, and that star is you. Then you have the 9 of discs, which would be the 9 of pentacles. And this is about a very independent type card. And pentacles and discs are your outside world. And this is about you standing in this beautiful garden that is blossoming and blooming, has fruit. And you definitely have this abundance that's coming, obviously, as it's talking about here. But you're finding it from within, and it's not dependent upon the outside world. And you also have the little butterfly here. It usually has some sort of winged creature in the garden with us, and that represents spirit, which we already talked about here, that you are not alone, that you have this support that's with you through all of this. You are protected, you're guided, and this abundance that's flowing in just keeps being reverberated over and over. But the 9 of discs, the 9s are very much about independence and finding it within. It's like the Hermit card, which is the major arcana number 9. It's about you taking time, you're finding it within you, you're finding your abundance, your definition of your, like we were talking about before, talking about your definition of success, your definition of wealth. You're finding it in a whole different way from within instead of the old way of looking at things, which would be this. 3 of Swords. This is the old way of looking at things. This for me is the expectations card. You can see how it's all the swords, all those thoughts and those beliefs and those mindsets that were actually right above the Ace of Swords here. These are the beliefs that you can be heartbroken, that you can be disappointed, all those shoulds and supposed tos and need tos and have tos in your life. This is what this Ace of Swords is cutting away. And basically, heartbreak is one of the biggest deceptions of our shadowy human experience. But we came here to feel what it might feel like to have our heart broken. And I say might, because our heart cannot be broken. But what our heart feels in our human form, when it goes into fight or flight, our heart has this little pinch as we go into fight or flight mode that sends all this adrenaline through our bodies and triggers all this stuff within us. And it's like when you get scared or startled, that feeling, right? But our heartache comes when we have emotional fears, emotional monsters, emotional dangers, which are not true physical dangers, but we feel that heartbreak when we are betrayed or like I said, disappointed, all those things. We have all these expectations of all the stuff we've been told and conditioned growing up, all that, like I said, that should happen, that's supposed to happen, that needs to happen, that must happen, all those things. It's like, well, I love Byron Katie. She's a sweet, sweet soul. And one of her phrases that she uses quite a bit that I just love is, when our expectations meet reality, they lose, but only 100% of the time, because you expect something, it doesn't happen. It's like, well, it's not happening, so it wins. Reality wins because that's what's happening. Obviously, that's what's supposed to have happened because it is happening. But this Ace of Swords gives you this ability to cut away these thoughts and these beliefs, because as you question them and look at them, you realize that those are not true. The capital T truths of your true worth, of this higher being that you really are, when that becomes your foundation and this gets cut away, this is what brings you this place of safety, this place of abundance, this spark. So this is a beautiful journey, because you are going to be cutting away these old hidden, shadowy thoughts and beliefs that you took on growing up, which we all do, because we don't know any better. We just take on everyone's opinions and say, okay, this is my opinion too, but all these two opinions are contradictory. Well, I just won't put them in different compartments. You just keep on taking on all those until this place in your life where you realize you get to decide what your opinion is. You get to cut away those thoughts and those beliefs that you don't want anymore. And then you have the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles, or discs in this case, is like Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, very much the Empress energy. It's all about new birth. You can see the little bunny rabbit, new birth, new things coming, but very much also about self-nurture. Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, taking care of yourself. And it's also about external abundance. She's very much earth energy, which brings a lot of grounding in for you, but all the queens also have water energy, which brings in the emotions as well. So there's this beautiful balance with the earth and the water energy coming in here for you, because you're able to make mud with water and earth, and so you're able to make things as well. And so this is very much about abundance, like the rest of your reading here. We're also going to pull at least one card from this Art of Manifestation Oracle and just see what else Creator wants you to know about 2022. But this is a beautiful year for you, for sure. All right, what else for our Libra fire? I want to say firecrackers, because it is. It's like all this energy. But of course, it's fire rockets. So, okay, just those two. Oh, nope. Thought there was more, and surely there is. And you got card number 54, which adds up to a 9. And this is Take Action Now. Shazam. This is a clear and unequivocal message that action on your part is needed now. Manifestation is not simply a process of visioning in and dreaming about your desires. When an opportunity is offered to you, you must also take action. Pay attention to the signs and move forward fearlessly, like it talked about here. So you definitely have this beautiful intentions to manifest it. You're investing the energy, you're putting action behind it, and taking steps that you are guided, like divinely guided with, right? You've got to have and to hold. Healthy relationships are formed through love rather than need. It is such a human thing to hold on to others through fear and insecurity, but this dynamic can stifle a relationship's potential to flourish and actually push someone away. Give your relationships the freedom it needs to form a healthy foundation of trust. And I like that, because we're talking about, this 9 of Pentacles. You are finding this independence, and so you don't need people to feel whole and complete and to have all this wonderful things happen. It'll be that I want someone, I don't need someone. So it's a very different energy that comes from that. Yeah, because independence. Okay. Just in case we had any doubt. Independence is a wonderful attribute, but if taken to an extreme, it can border on isolation. Sometimes, if we have been hurt or let down, or trapped in a codependent relationship, we lose faith in others and learn only to rely on ourselves. This card calls you to question this inner belief and to develop healthy, interdependent relationships with an equality of both giving and receiving. So I like that we'll put these together here, because it is about this healthy balance between being too independent because you've been hurt, that you are hiding, and that's that difference is when you're confident in yourself and you are being you, and you know you have something to offer, and you're whole and complete in yourself, and you meet someone along those same lines, you both have beautiful things to give, but you don't need. It's not a half and a half equals a one. It's a one and a one equals two. In fact, it is even multiplied beyond that, right? And then lastly, yep, you have new beginnings. Shazam! This card indicates that you're about to begin a new chapter in your life. Shed, release, and cleanse. Let go of any obstacles, inner and outer, that prevent you from engaging fully in moving forward. The time is right for a fresh start and a new beginning, and the universe supports you in your growth. Of course, like I said, that this is what you're leaving behind, all these expectations that no longer serve you. I love it. And I know this is a lot, but this is just a little peek into your 2022, and by no means is all inclusive. So you're going to have an exciting adventure coming up in 2022. And if you want to be kept in the loop on any of the other readings that I put out throughout the year, because I do put out like monthly readings by each zodiac sign, weekly energy updates by each of the elements like fire signs, water signs, and new moon and full moon readings, and a variety of others too. So as I mentioned in the intro, if you haven't done so already, if you click the subscribe button down below and then click on the notification bell, that will allow you to select to be notified immediately when new videos come out, and that way you don't miss a thing. Also, if you're enjoying these readings, you want to help spread the love. If you give this video a little thumbs up by clicking the like button, that just helps the YouTube algorithm make it a recommended video or share it with others. So if you want to do that, there's never any pressure to do so, but if you do, I really appreciate that. All right, all my Libras, just as you go through this amazing new beginning, just know that each and every second of every day, you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things. And of course, I love you too. Have an amazing 2022, and I'm sure I'll be talking to you very soon. But until then, you take care.